Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to return to Darkest Dungeon. Alright, there's nobody in this group that I will give up in exchange. They'll give up one of these people for, so I'm going to continue only having these two. Let's see what the Nomad Wagon has for us. Double-edged pendant. That's actually pretty okay. I may get that. I mean, max HP isn't really the Hellions' strong suit, but this can make up for that a little bit. Dodgy sheath increases. It's dodgy because it increases dodge. Poisoned herb isn't actually that good, even plus 40% blight skill chance, because it's very rare for Plague Doctor blight skills to fail. Let's see. Nah, not really interested in any of those. Viewpont is getting his diseases treated. Let's see. So the first thing I'm going to do is look into quirks. Well, for the people who can. Darcy honestly needs some treatment, but he's also not available right now. Let me also check something. So Darcy, Viewpont, and Vastal are all out of commission. So yeah, I'm planning on taking on the canon in this episode. But I think I'm going to need to use some of the people who are currently being treated for their various problems. So we're going to have to burn a week before I can do that. So, that being the case, I can potentially treat Riviere, though she doesn't need treatment for anything. Let me see. Bowen is actually pretty okay. Vastal's busy. So far, I haven't encountered any quirks that are particularly impressive either way. Yeah, I don't usually make it this far down the list without finding at least one quirk that's either impressively good or impressively bad. Well, I've found our first one, and it's sort of all. So, let's get rid of Misses the Spot, because critical hits are kind of the thing for a sniper. And while we're at it, let's lock in Hard Skin. It's not as important for an Arablest because she's usually in position 4, but Hard Skin is just a good ability to have no matter what. So, we're spending 11,250 gold, but in all honesty, we can afford it. Torteval doesn't have anything particularly special. Canuvil's Faded could be worth keeping. Especially considering his ability to inflict bleed damage. I think I am going to lock that one in. That's a lot of gold to do that. And Raytuli has probably the best collection of locked-in negative quirks that I've ever seen. Tippler, Known Cheat, and Unquiet Mind. Because Tippler means he can only drink, and so Known Cheat and Unquiet Mind do nothing. I want him to stay that way. So you know what, Raytuli, stay exactly the way that you are. Now, honestly, we've already spent quite a bit of gold. I think we should go look into going on a mission before we spend any more. So, let's start by dropping everyone, and let's see what our mission options are. We can go for a long exploration mission. We could get the Ancestor's Lantern. Honestly, I'm not that impressed by that. It's not terrible, but it's not really impressive. The Ancestor's Coat, with its plus 15 dodge, that's a lot more impressive. I'll seriously consider that one. Gunslinger's Buckle, we already have one of those. So it gives us an apprentice level mission. And it is a short mission, but just to confirm, yeah, I can't put any of my Resolve level 3 or higher people on that mission. So Blosbevel and Columbell would have to complete the mission by themselves. I'm not confident in their ability to do that. Could get another Hell's Hairpin, which isn't very good. Cleansing Crystal. That's pretty good if you just put it on a hero that doesn't inflict Blight, Bleed, or Debuff abilities. But let's see what the other medium missions are. Ah, the Candle of Life. Not really useful at all because the only class that can equip it is the Antiquarian. And the Antiquarian's healing skills all suck. And another Hell's Hairpin. Right. The main issue with going on the champion level mission, however, is I'd pretty much a long champion level mission. I'm going to need to bring a Vestal, and I want the Vestal to be at low stress for taking on the cannon next week. So that excludes that one. Sacrificial Cauldron is okay. But it's also a waste because it guarantees the town event Gentle Tide, which just makes adventuring in the Cove easier next week. So we can do a short veteran mission and get a cudgel weight for our Houndmaster. Or we can do a long veteran mission and get another Hell's Hairpin we don't need. I'm just going to go with a short one. And who do I really want to get experience here? Well, let's see. What classes are underrepresented at the champion level? We don't have a champion level leper. I don't believe we have a champion level crusader either. We do not. So let's bring a leper and a crusader. And then I do have a champion level abomination. Do I want a second one or... I think I'll bring Ide and then Aubert. Right, now for trinkets, the first question to ask is who gets the portrait, if anyone? And definitely not Bernier. And the rest are all, I believe, at the same experience level, so the question is who do I want to level up the most? And honestly, I think it'll come down to who has the worst existing trinkets. So let's see. Fortunate Armlet for the leper, and then Redemption Armlet. He's gonna stay in position 1. And the Crusader can have the Holy Orders. And plus 20% stun is pretty good, so I'll also give him the Paralyzer's Crest. What do we have for you? 20% damage versus Blighted, and I'll actually go for the extra Trap Disarm chance. And that means you get the portrait. Yeah, Wrathful Bandana, no. I'm not giving the... When you're our best healer, you're not getting the Wrathful Bandana. Instead, you're getting the Medic's Greaves and the Ancestor's Portrait. Alright. You have all the right skills. You have all the right skills. You have all the right skills. And you have all the right skills. Alright. And this is a short mission. It shouldn't be too bad. Make ourselves a decent amount of food. One more medicinal herbs. I will not forget the torches. Don't need that many. A little bit of holy water, a couple of keys. And And I will not forget the bandages. And for this short of a mission, I'd say we can forget the anti-venom. Alright. Let's embark and burn some time before we take on the cannon. Did you know thralls will explode if they're left for too long? Because thralls will explode if they're left for too long. I'm surprised they don't call it a reward, like how the Shrieker can reward you with quirks. Thralls will reward you by exploding if you leave them for too long.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
And... yeah, no. Nothing we can do with that one. And, considering the fact that we have no scouting and we need to complete all the room battles, there will be a little bit of backtracking. Alright, I have a plan. There's a dart on the wide mouth. Stunning blow, because you can't kill the plated maggot in one turn. So let's just remove it from the fight for now. Suppressing fire. Partially because I want to reduce his accuracy so that he can't hit us with Stress Wave. And let's see what Hugh does. Ironically, if I'd used Chop, it would have been more effective. Call of the Deep on the stunned guy, or stunned maggot. We almost went the whole round without taking damage. Then that happened. He's bleeding for a lot, too.
Confidence surges as the enemy
wide mouth is gone. And Stress Wave missed. I love suppressing fire. Zealous Accusation.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Ide, proving why she belongs on this team. And we brought the bandages for a reason. Alright, I need you to do 1 damage.
Press this advantage. Give them no
And you
quarter.
exceeded my expectations. They were low, but you still exceeded them.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Oh. And this trip was a waste of time. Well, sort of. I mean, we have scouting now. Of course, there's really not a whole lot to complain about. This is a pretty generous map layout, even for an extermination mission. It could have been a whole lot worse. The sack's contents are mine! They're all mine! Poison dart on the wide mouth. A combination of blight damage and the extra damage from the thrown dagger should kill it. Ooh. Alright, I need you to resist being disappointed. Hadn't even finished saying it before you failed at doing it. Alright. Just go with Zealous Accusation. Ooh, that did more than I expected. And Hugh will probably finish off for
Decisive pummeling.
I need to learn to keep my mouth shut. I really need to learn to keep my mouth shut. Alright, at least we got that.
A faint hope blossoms.
And he's countering the Stress Wave, because of course he is. Alright, it is just not Bowen's day. However, he does at least have Solemnity. And the thing is, Zealous Accusation should do that.
Maintain the
Just leaves the Oracle. And that's the end of the Oracle. Never underestimate the power of a well-placed
As
knife.
victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'm really been seeing that already. Alright. don't really have a lot of ability to inflict stuns.
The
Pardon
blood
my reach.
quickens.
And again, I'm just gonna stick with suppressing fire because if I can cause stress wave to miss, that's a good thing. Now, okay, it's possible for you to one-shot this, and you did. Went a little beyond just one-shotting it. I've already forgotten which disease the leper has. I'll have to check. That, unfortunately, is not enough damage. His stun resistance is only, stun resistance is only 95%. Sniper shot on the Oracle. Barnacle Barrier isn't really a problem because the two people who haven't acted yet can't reach position 3 anyway. I mainly want to stun him so that he doesn't get to attack next turn. I love Solemnity so much. Alright, that's the end of the Oracle, and the Wide Mouth will die on his own in a moment, and the Bulwark is stunned.
Cuts on its own.
So, now we just need to deal with the ridiculously high level of protection that the Bulwark has. Okay. Oh, Sniper's Mark also cannot reach position 1. Wonderful. In that case, let's go with Smite. Stun resistance is still only 95%. You know, why not? Let's keep him stunned. Let's attempt to keep him stunned. Thrown Dagger also cannot resist position. Cannot resist position 1. It can't reach position 1. Poison Dart can, though. And sometimes that's the only solution when an enemy just has too much protection. And then the Leper class is here to remind us that there is no such thing as too much protection.
Inspiration and improvement.
And that should do it. If it blights, which it does. Let's just do a bit more healing. Inspiring Cry. And hopefully I get one more... Yep, and I get one more Solemnity.
The wounds of war can be healed.
And there we go. I believe we actually ended that fight with more hit points than we had when we started it. Okay, this could be the last room battle.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Another fish, another opportunity for the leper to be disgusting, except this is the other leper who doesn't randomly try to start feasting on corpses. See, Bernier at least understands that we have food in our packs, and so he doesn't need to eat a random dead fish that he stumbles across. Okay, this is it. Well, this was straightforward. Having said that, we're somehow going to run into a Shambler even though the torch level isn't 0. I just know it. I opened my stupid mouth. Something is going to happen that's going to ruin this. Let's see, this probably can't pull that off. Okay, how do I want to do this? I have an idea. And it relies on nobody being stunned. Which, since... Okay, that's good. That's exactly what I need. Even if she's stunned now, she got her action for this round. Okay. 6 to 13. Sniper shot cannot get the kill. In that case...
Impressive.
Suppressing fire. now I'm just gambling on something that this is a bit of a reach. This is too much of a reach. I actually need a critical to kill a plated maggot with Hugh, but I can kill one of them with Chop without one. Yep.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Is that what that is? Recovering from stun is a brilliant confluence of skill and purpose? I mean, if she'd somehow recovered from it early, maybe, but... Alright, 6 to 13, so you at least have a chance. Alright. Smite. And... Chop. Let's go full lumberjack on that thing, Bernier.
Death by inches.
Bernier. Okay, what do we got here? You know, we're not likely to run into anything else that will use the medicinal herbs. I didn't think so, but why not? May as well just try everything. Light up on a torch. I'm gonna stick with the poison dart strategy. It works pretty well. Yeah, Aubert is a class that's built heavily around combos, and right now she is essentially comboing with herself. She's setting up, she's blading the enemy so that she can do extra damage with Thrown Dagger, so she is basically setting up her own combos. And let's go with Suppressing Fire. Won't do much, but it will do a little. And since the wide mouth is not protected, you managed to miss. Well, it was inevitable that that would happen eventually. Honestly, Bernier has done a lot better than his class usually does at actually hitting the enemy.
Decimated.
Just one piece at a time, sweet thing.
Fatality clarified in a single strike.
I have a plan. Let's start with Inspiring Cry, because I want the stress reduction. Would have been nice if that had done more damage, but it was never really feasible for it to. And Hugh can still hit the wide mouth. As usual, the Bulwark is going to be the last one left alive. So, Aubert is more qualified to take out the Bulwark than anyone else is, thanks to poison darts. Why did I do that? Oh, right. Stunning blow to remove protection. Sniper shot to remove the enemy team's medic. Always shoot the medic first. And now, I can reach you with Chop.
Annihilated.
And here we go. Keep up the poison darts. You just heal people. And I'm actually going to go with Inspiring Cry. I want to get everybody's stress level below 20. Oh.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Well. Okay. Now we have one round to heal people, because that's the bandage. The only point of using HP healing abilities is that they also heal stress, because the mission will end when this fight's
The
over.
light, the promise of safety.
And there we go. Ooh. And they were apparently holding on to all of the good stuff.
Nonetheless.
This group is apparently holding on to all of the good loot. And I want to pry open the clam. So, shovel. Oh, it's an oyster. Alright. Alright, let's drop the last shovel. And let's get out of here.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
I still don't get it. What is your problem with fish? Seriously, what is with your anti-fish prejudice, man? And we have some diseases, and a new champion emerges. Bernier is a skilled gambler. Is that replaced unerring? That's unfortunate. Wait, unerring only affects ranged attacks, never mind. And Bernier's bad humor. He has bad humor. He's gradually turning into me. Alright, Fear of Mankind isn't that bad. Ennui is a bit of a problem, though. Alright, that's Thick-Blooded in place of Ruined Scoundrel is a pretty lateral shift. Same thing with Wheeled Adventurer versus... I think Unholy Slayer was actually better. And we have exactly as many diseases as we have disease treatment facilities. So, I'm glad the last one didn't...
minds are mired in malignancy. Fear has taken root.
You know, in hindsight, maybe one of the missions that guarantees a town event would have been worthwhile just to prevent this from happening. Fortunately, nobody needs stress treatment, which is good because just about everybody needs disease treatment. Oh, right, you actually have 2 diseases. Well, the ague, we'll go for the ague first, and the bad humors might be treated by, you might get lucky. Alright, I'd like to get your rabies taken care of. I mean, the plus 15% damage is okay, but the reduced accuracy is a bit of a problem. As the leper class loves to demonstrate, it doesn't matter how high your damage is if you can't hit anything. Let's see if the Nomad Wagon has anything good. Profane Scroll. Plus 33% healing skills if in position 2, and plus 10% protection if in position 2. I'm intrigued, but the issue is we only have 1 vessel, and I can't afford to lose her if I mess this up, so I'm going to pass on that for now. Fleet Florin, increased speed and debuff chance for the Antiquarian. Lucky Talisman, increased dodge and increased accuracy of ranged skills, but increased stress. Well, that's okay, but we can do better than that. The Lock of Fury. That could combine very well with the equipment that increases the abominations, that mitigates the cost of transformation. So it reduces the stress associated with transformation. So the idea is, rather than focusing on debuffing and stunning, or blighting and stunning like he usually does, this is if you really want to focus on transformation. Which could be useful if, for instance, you're taking the abomination into a boss fight. However, I think I'm going to pass on this all for now. Actually, what about... Yeah, same thing with the Cleansing Eye Patch. What Man-at-Arms specific equipment do we have? Oh, we already have a Cleansing Eye Patch. That's pretty much all we have because of how many Men-at-Arms have died. But let's look into spending some money at the Guild and the Blacksmith. So who am I bringing for this boss fight? Sordaval's going. His skills are maxed out. Sordaval and Vastel are definitely going. Alright. Riviere is going. Oh, Vastel, Riviere. Wait, I can't bring Sordaval because I pretty much need Mark Exploitation, so... Sniper's Mark reduces the target's dodge. Let me see. So the team is actually going to be Viewpont, Vastel, Riviere, and the other Sordaval. Alright, she's well upgraded enough. So... upgrade Viewpont's pistol shot. Riviere's Dazzling Light and her 2 healing abilities. Sword of All is good. So Sword of All, Riviere, Viewpont, and Vastal. This is a pretty fragile team, but the strategy is basically that between Wicked Hack and Iron Swan, no matter, and if it bleeds if necessary, pretty much no matter where the matchman is, Vastal should be able to hit him. And if I can consistently kill the matchman on the turn that he arrives, then the cannon won't be able to fire. And if the cannon cannot fire, then Riviere can heal whatever damage the other bandits can inflict. Since if the cannon doesn't fire, the boss can essentially only do damage similar to the damage caused by a regular random encounter. That's an amount of damage that Riviere can keep up with. So, let me see. Viewpont. Let me look at Viewpont's. I think I will upgrade Open Vein and Grape Shot Blast. And honestly, that's all I'm going to spend, because since I'm going into a boss fight, there's a very real risk that everyone dies. I mean, it's not like it's happened before fighting this boss. And the thing is, if everyone dies, then we lose all the money we invested, and I want to still have enough money to go into another mission with actual supplies. So I'm going to hold on to the gold that we have. Anyway, I am going to get us a fresh recording file before we start the fight with the cannon, so I will be back in a moment.
We dug for months, years, an eternity, and we were rewarded with madness.
So, the town crier informs me that the dark is rising. That's not ominous at all. Let's go take out a cannon. Right. The Brigand 60... And if we pull it off, we will be rewarded with a Candle of Life for the Antiquarian. Well, you know what? I'm not going to let a crappy quest reward stop me from completing the quest. Alright. Vastal. Viewpont. Riviere. And Sordaval. But we're not bringing Sordaval. Alright. Unequip all trinkets. Sort by character class restriction. You know, with the reduced virtue chance, that could actually be helpful. As could bleeding. But let me look into what else we can give the Hellion. Let's see. Last gasp, increase speed if her health is low. The extra 25% damage isn't really that important. The Martyr's Seal is better than either of these. And the Legendary Bracer is pretty good too. I am taking a bit of a risk regarding stress, but I think I can handle it. Famous last words if ever I've heard them. Alright. Gunslinger's Buckle, because we need the extra damage, and Mark Exploitation is the only way we're going to get it. And what else can we get? You see, the Focus Ring could actually be pretty good. Honestly, yeah, increased accuracy and critical chance. The Vestal, a Tome of Holy Healing. And, let me see, the Ancestor's Scroll only gives plus 25% healing. So, I'm gonna go with the Sacred Scroll. The reduced stun chance is not ideal, but I can work with it. And unfortunately for Sordaval, we don't really have the best, whatever class she is, we don't have the best trinkets for that class. But Wrathful Bandana is good. And let me see. Yeah, Prophet's Eye. The accuracy is helpful. The speed is even more helpful Because the thing about the speed boost is it makes it more likely that she will go before the Highwayman. She has speed 5. It still isn't terribly likely that she will go before the Highwayman because his speed is actually higher than hers. But hopefully that will happen a good portion of the time. Let's see. Let's drop wound care for triage. Otherwise, I like her abilities. Let's see. So we have Sanctuary. Do I want to trade one of these for Bless? Sanctuary, Chant, Pray. I'm going to trade Pep Talk for Bless. Since I already have two other stress skills. And then Gallows Humor, Clean Guns. Bandit's Sense. Okay, so which of these is better? Bandit's Sense or Sanctuary? It really depends. If somebody has a mortality debuff, Sanctuary is better, but I really shouldn't allow that to... It really doesn't matter, because the main point of using it will be right before the boss fight, where, it's unlikely that anyone will have a mortality debuff going into the boss fight, but there's also no point in reducing the chance of being surprised right before the boss fight. Sharpened Spear. Let's see. Reject the Gods isn't likely to be helpful, but Battle Trance is. And then so potentially I could ever use Sharpened Spear and Battle Trance going into the fight. Now we have Pistol Shot, Grape Shot Blast, Tracking Shot, and Open Vein. That's good. The Vestal has the only skills the Vestal ever has. And for you we have Sniper Shot, Suppressing Fire, Sniper's Mark, and Battlefield Bandage. I'm going to trade Battlefield Bandage for Rallying Flare as a way of de-stressing the team. Alright. There's absolutely no way that this can go wrong. Except for all the ways that it can go wrong. Plenty of shovels. Plenty of torches. A little holy water. A couple of medicinal herbs. And keys are always important. Okay, I haven't forgotten anything, I think. Let's see if we can do this.
Eager to end the tiresome domestic
massacre.
distraction, I instructed my newly formed militia of hardened bandits, brigands, and killers to go forth and do their work. Compliance and order were restored, and the noisome population of the hamlet was culled to more manageable numbers. The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
It's probably here, though with my luck it's going to turn out that it's actually here. Alright, let's do this. No scouting on the first move, but that's not uncommon. And if we're lucky, this will just be an empty hall. I didn't even get to finish luck is just not an option for this mission, is it?
Body and brain.
Ooh. And we get a hateful Virago for the first time in quite a while. Okay, this is bad. Alright, Rallying Flare, however. Clear mark target on everyone except herself. Okay. Hero to hit, only 74%. And only do 9 to 16. I'm going to focus on the player's prone. And the Hellion can only move forward. Let's see. Dazzling Light can't reach the Virago. I'm just going to heal. We started off in a bad situation. And we continue to be in a bad situation. Okay, that was actually helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Virago. Ooh. That was the opposite of helpful. Okay. And now it's okay for you to move back, and we'll be back into formation. I'm actually gonna go for if it bleeds. Ooh, if it criticals.
A faint hope blossoms.
And now, the Virago is within range of Dazzling Light, which would have been helpful if Dazzling Light had hit.
Safety.
He's bleeding for 8, which means I can actually afford to ignore him now. I mean, he'll get to attack one more time. Rabid Rush is pretty damaging, but Open Vein the other one. That was considerably less successful.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
And the Vestal's rabid. In the first fight of the boss run, the Vestal is rabid. Alright. Do I want to go for Divine Comfort now, or... No, the Virago will last for a few more turns. Let's see if I can get it stunned. I am an idiot. It has 240% stun resistance. I usually remember to check these things. Look at hack on this one. The other one will die on its own. So in addition to having high evasion, the Virago is also really fast.
A death by inches.
See if you can hit the Nasher this time. Still no. Sniper shot. Rabid Rush. Fortunately, the Vestal has some pretty good healing trinkets. And we reduced the Virago's evasion, so we can actually hit him now. Ruinous Hex is bad, but it's manageable. Ooh. And Sword of All decided to get a little bit of payback.
Them all.
Okay, so far the lasting effect of this is stress and 1 disease. People haven't taken that much damage as a consequence of this.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I'm not entirely sure I feel like calling that an advantage, though we did win. Narrowly. I didn't even say it this time. I didn't even say, I hope that's the only hateful Virago we get this mission. I just thought it. But apparently, thinking that I hope that things might not be terrible is enough to trigger it at this point. Alright, let's get rid of the ectoplasm first because it can copy itself. Wicked hack. 12 to 23, so your odds are pretty high of one-shotting it. Like that. I can heal Viewpont when the Vestal gets a turn. Alright, very high chance of killing him. Okay, we're rid of the ectoplasm. That's a step. Alright, Divine Grace. I didn't even say I hope that's the only Virago, and... Oh, come on. Okay, it looks like no matter what happens, as long as the Virago is on the field, bad things happen. Healing Okay. I'm guessing it's the necrotic fungus that is preventing healing. Does that last forever, or does the necrotic fungus die on its own, or do we have to kill it? Oh, all I can really do then is stun the crone. I'm going to gamble that when the Virago dies, the fungus effect dies with it. And I'm just going to focus on getting rid of the Virago as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, as quickly as possible is still going to be a little while. So the Virago is just kind of, no matter what the situation is, it's bad. it just can screw you over in every imaginable situation. Right, let's try Sniper's Mark again. And it worked this time, even if the debuff fails. We'll at least do extra damage if we hit. Not very much, apparently. Keep trying to stun the crone. It doesn't matter if it works or not.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
And this, unlike the last one, this Virago is not going down easy. Oh, it's going down very... That Virago is going down! It's going down hard. Even if the fungus doesn't go away when the Virago dies, the crone by herself isn't really much of a threat. So...
Their formation is broken.
It doesn't. Yay. Well, the crone by herself isn't very much of a threat, so I'm just going to focus on getting rid of her. And without her, the presence of the fungus doesn't really matter very much. Except we have to kill it for the fight to end. Okay, that's one. Oh, you can still do this at least and reduce the stress levels. Open the vein. And it can be made to bleed. Okay, that from death comes life is just
we require only the
that
strength
ability
to
is
follow
just
it.
awful.
These nightmarish creatures
We got a
can be
tapestry,
felled.
though.
They can be beaten.
I'm not risking that coffin. We got a tapestry, but that was... I hate Virago more than Virago hates me. That was just... Nothing you can...
Star is born.
Just in every situation, Virago is awful. It can... It can... I'm just hoping that's the last one. It probably isn't, but I'm going to allow myself to hope momentarily that there isn't a third one of those hanging around somewhere. Okay. Highwayman is the one most likely to disarm the trap, and he could use the stress heal. I still need to hold on to our firewood for when we get to the actual boss, so... In the meantime... Oh, look, it's a whole team of ectoplasm. There's absolutely no way this can go horrifyingly wrong. Fortunately, healing isn't prevented this time, so we can at least repair the damage the last fight did to us. I have a plan. And the plan involves reducing all of their health kind of in lockstep. So I'm going to avoid actually killing any of them until they're all at critical health. Big slime. So slime, slime, and big slime.
Vision. The end approaches.
I have a plan. So use suppressing fire, which isn't going to kill the ones in the back. Though debuffing them will also make them less dangerous to us. And I'm just going to try to gradually reduce all of their health so that I can kill them over the course of either one round or two, rather than... Oh, right, and we still haven't been hit... And the Vestal still hasn't gotten to act yet. Oh, right, she has reduced the speed. That explains it. Alright. I'm going to heal the person with the fewest hit points, but... Okay, finally some good news. Suppressing fire. They're at minus 40 accuracy. Okay, Grape Shot Blast. Hit everything except the one in the back. Mind Comfort this time, because we're all pretty low on health. Except for Vastal, the most fragile member of the team. Alright, I'm taking a bit of a risk here. Alright, and I can finish this in one round. I think. sniper shot. Yeah, let's end the big one.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
And open vein. Okay. Okay. None of them managed to duplicate themselves.
Of skill and purpose.
This time we managed to end the fight without any extra enemies showing up like last time. Another torch. I'm keeping the torch level high. I understand we get better loot if the torch level is
Ambushed
low.
by foul invention.
Alright. And the Alright. The mummified remains could potentially be helpful. A bit less helpful than I was hoping they would be. But yeah, this has been brutal just trying to get to the boss. Left luggage. Maybe somewhere else.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Maybe somewhere else in the mission we'll find the right luggage. Alright, 3 citrine for 1 emerald is actually a lateral shift. Drop the crests for the onyx. And, I'm actually going to hold on to the food. I'm not risking... The goal of this mission is just to kill the boss without us dying.
Of youth, twisted and made merciless.
Truly, this mission truly is going to go wrong in every way that it is possible for a mission to go wrong, isn't it? Well, fortunately, we have a pretty good team for taking on the Collector. Between Sniper Shot, Sniper's Mark, Pistol Shot, and Iron Swan, being in position 4 will not protect you. Okay, just a stunning ability, not that bad. Oh, the stress is bad. The head games is very bad. Okay, 31, you can do 7 to 13. Suppressing fire won't do any good either. Let's actually go with Rallying Flare. Just the stress reduction is the most useful thing you can do right now. Alright, I need the Vestal to go before the Hellion. And that's what I got. Alright. Stun him out of his defender we cannot. Okay then, let's see if we can just kill this one. We cannot. Oh shit. Oh shit. Death's Door and bleeding because of that critical. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to trust to Sword of All's death blow resistance. Because there's not really anything else we can do. Okay, that's one Death's Door check that she survived. Okay, let's just heal everyone, because everyone includes Sword of All. Alright, Sword of All isn't going to die this time. So that's the bandages. He's no longer defendered, so let's just see if we can kill him. Okay. Welcome to the mission where everything that can go wrong did go wrong. Okay, head games only lasts for 1 turn. Unfortunately, 1 turn is long enough. Stick with Rallying Flare. There's little else you can do that will help.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Okay, it's Sword of All is at Death's Door again, and bleeding again.
Of oblivion.
Stick with if it bleeds. Okay, it bleeds. Open vein, yes. So we can get rid of the collective man-at-arms, that could help. Yeah, Divine Comfort. Multiple people need healing, and any amount of healing will get Sword of All off of Death's Door.
Never hidden.
Okay. He's still defendered, so I'm going to open vein on the man-at-arms again. I no longer have bandages. Yeah, sniper shot the man-at-arms. And now I'm going to, if it bleeds the man-at-arms, because he has angered me. Alright. I probably should have stunned the man-at-arms, but I mean, wait, no, it makes no difference. At this point, he's gonna lose the protected status next round no matter what. He's survived.
And now the true test. Hold fast.
I see only swirling
Expire.
blackness. Okay, and he's head gaming the other one. Alright, there's nothing you can do to help your comrade, so just Iron Swan. Whew. Critical pistol shot. Could have used that earlier, though. Oh, shit. Okay, she survived it so far. Sordaval has been a tank this mission. Bit of an issue is that I can't actually cure her bleeding status. How close? He's 50 hit points away from dying. Right. Get her as far away from death's door as you can. That was necessary because now she's still not on death's door. And I'm gonna gamble with Sniper's Mark. Head knocker instead of head games. Unfortunately, head games would actually have been less of a problem for me. Alright. Of course, the one time he would have gotten to go first, he spent the turn recovering from a stun. Because this is the mission where everything goes wrong.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
You're bleeding for
cowardice.
9, and you have 4. I'm actually just gonna focus on... Ooh, critical. I'm just gonna focus on healing Sordaval so that she can survive that. Yes, exactly. Thank you for demonstrating that, collected, collected highwayman. Okay.
Slowly, gently. This
All right.
is how a life is taken.
Alright, Sordaval, I need you to do something truly amazing in this shot. I need him to die. Oh, come on! No, okay, Sordaval, you did that on purpose, didn't you? I know it. You're just fucking with
Is
me.
often blind to its own peril.
And we only get one trapezohedron for
Wary.
that.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I'm retreating. We've made enough money to cover the cost of supplies, but there is absolutely no way that this team is taking on the Brigand 16-pounder and surviving it. There's just no way. Apparently encountering 2 Viragos and the Headhunter in a single mission is too much. We're getting out of here.
We fall so that we may learn to pick ourselves up once again.
I mean, I suppose it means that we can get something other than the Candle of Life when we finally take the cannon on for real, but... Damn! And... yeah, the Vestal's rabid, the Highwayman's rabid, and the Highwayman also is obsessed with demons now, or obsessed with killing now. Wonderful.
Finally, the serum is working. And the side effects are manageable.
Side effects are manageable. Well, okay, let's treat the rabies. Now let's treat the stress. That was anticlimactic. That was really anticlimactic. And it's gonna be a couple of weeks before we can do another mission, or before we can take on the cannon again, because the one Vestal is, in addition to being rabid, she also has too much stress. Okay. How many bounty hunters do we have? We have none. So... I'm actually going to get rid of Gueron, who already has a lazy eye, which is a bit of a problem, in exchange
Slumped shoulders,
for
wild
Henna.
eyes, and a stumbling gait. This one is no more good to us.
so that we have a new bounty hunter. And since we already have multiple champion and veteran level Hellions, let's see, how many Hellions do we have? So we have Neo, we have Vastal, and we have Tino. So we have 3 Hellions. Oh, and Rord. We have 4 Hellions. I think I'm going to get rid of our weakest Hellion in exchange for another Arablest, because we have 2 Arablests, but I'm still going to do that, I think, because the Arablest is pretty high level. So I'm going to get rid of Neo, because she's fairly redundant, in exchange for someone slightly less redundant. Because...
It is done. Turn yourself now to the condition of those poor devils who remain.
Because, yep, I'm putting together a low resolve level team so that I can train up our other Vestal. Because, frankly, I need to do something to kill the time while I wait for the other Vestal to recover. Alright. And yeah, when heroes arrive already experienced, I believe they also arrive with the maximum of the upgrades that they can have for their level. So, but let's confirm that. To make sure that everybody is as upgraded as they can be. And Columbell could be upgraded further. So, and the last thing to do is to check the Nomad Wagon. I want it. I want it so bad. I also want the Wounding Helmet. I'm going to get the Wounding Helmet because I can only afford one or the other of these, and the Wounding Helmet is better. Let me we already have one of the other ones, so let me quick make sure I don't already have a Wounding Helmet. I already have a Wounding Helmet. I already have one of each. There's not much benefit to having 2 Wounding Helmets, but since multiple different classes can equip the Martyr's Seal, there could be a situation where, you know, let me think about that. Am I really going to have 2 different heroes equipping the Martyr's Seal in the same mission? You know what? Yes. I could equip... if I had, for instance, a Hellion and a Man-at-Arms, it would be beneficial for both of them to equip it. Especially the Man-at-Arms, the 15% max HP and the 12% death blow resistance on an already resilient hero, whereas a Hellion would benefit more from the extra damage. So, yes, it's worth having a second one. I just need to sell some things that are less useful. So, let's see. Nah. So, a few more things. Partially because I very rarely use my common trinkets. Alright, and that's all we can afford to spend. Well, we came running back with our tails between our legs. Now let's try to reclaim our honor with a novice level mission. Alright. Blosbeville gets the portrait. Unfortunately, this one instance of doing this may actually not be enough. So I equip all trinkets. Unfortunately, that does include the... sort by character class restriction. That's what I'm trying to do. Tome of Holy Healing. And... you get the Ancestor's Portrait because leveling you up is the one that's most important. And... let's give you the Vengeful Greaves. You're a trap disarmer, Columbell. You better be good at it. And no, Blighting isn't really going to be helpful no matter what, because we're going into the, what's it called? The Weald. So... You know what? I'll just give her Wilbur's flag. And for you... Wounding helmet. And... So do I want the unmovable helmet, or do I want... Let's go with the focus ring. Alright. This is only a short mission, but unfortunately it's the only mission I've got that I can send these people on. Could be a bit of an issue, because what may happen is Columbell and Vilhardane will level up out of being able to do novice level missions, and Pennant and Blosbeville won't. Though, I don't think... Actually, yeah, one of them is likely to. Even for a short mission, we're probably going to get at least 4 experience. And yeah, we're not going to the Weald, we're going to the Warrens. I don't need 3 shovels. Plenty of bandages, plenty of anti-venom, a couple of these, a key or 2, and a little of that. And I'm not forgetting the food, but we don't need... There's no way we need more than 12. Alright. And... Go forth, team of noobs! If you live for risk and darkness, by all means bring few torches. There are times when I feel like this game is mocking me. This is one of those times. Because I don't live for risk and darkness, I just live for incompetence. That's why I keep forgetting the torches.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Yep. And our first catch of the day. Let's see. I'm gonna have... I think Columbell can take out the wretch by herself. Alright, I can't get the chopper with Sniper's Mark. However, I can get the slasher with it. And between Sniper's Mark and the other bonuses associated with Collect Bounty, yeah, I do 11 to 22 damage with a 95% chance of hitting. He dies. And I'm learning the hard way that it would have been a good idea to check what skills my Vestal had equipped before we started the mission.
A blazing star is born.
It's that kind of skill that's why you guys all watch me do this. Ball and chain, doesn't that knock you back? Apparently not. Maybe it just stuns. Well, get rid of the wretch.
Advantage. Give them no quarter.
And I'm not even going to worry about Mark for death because he's already part human, so Collect Bounty already does extra damage. I wasn't able to kill him with Illumination, but a guy can hope, can he? Ooh, Butcher Cut. Oh. Let's finish the job. And now, of course, now you get the critical hit. Okay.
This expedition at least promises success.
Let's drop Illumination and Hand of Light for Dazzling Light and Judgment, as it should be. And for you, let's drop Flashbang for Come Hither and otherwise leave things the same. And this should get us loot. It got us Onyx. Onyx is good. Unfortunately, Spiders is not good.
Begone, fiend.
Oh, did that sting? Let's go for the one that still has a turn.
Back to the pit.
See if I can get everyone back to full health with one. Almost. And there we go. That just leaves one spider all by himself. Did I say one? I meant 0.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright. At least that detour accomplished something. Be nice if we could have some scouting, though. What am I complaining about? Scouting on a map this small was pretty much meaningless. Pack has already been looted. Let's see if this pack has already been looted. Nope. So, they looted that sack, but they didn't loot the other sack right next to it. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe they looted it, and then they kind of felt bad, and so they put 100 gold in the other sack just so that the next group of adventurers wouldn't be completely disappointed. Well, that's an unfortunate layout, especially with all the traps. Oh, looks like backtracking is the way things are going to be. And
Finding the stuff
chest
is only
contains
the first
heirlooms
test.
I don't need.
Now it must be carried home.
And let's do some violence. Prison dart, yeah. She can take out the wretch by herself over the course of... in theory, anyway. And our third battle, and somebody's already got a disease. This is why I don't like the Warrens. This is why no one likes the Warrens. Mark for death on this one. That may be excessive, but I'm doing it anyway. Because now, he definitely dies. And let's...
The wounds of war
Losbeville, just keep everyone healed.
but never hidden.
Alright, I have an idea. I am actually going to mark the chopper for death. And thrown dead. Yep, let's just distribute the damage nice and evenly so that all of the enemies survive this round. That sounds like a good plan. Well, Sniper Shot couldn't have one-shotted the drummer anyway. I was assuming that the Arablest could one-shot the little drummer pig without it being marked. I assumed wrong. Well, start with Thrown Dagger. Now she can.
Annihilated.
Except now she can't because it's in position 1. Even when things go well, they still manage to go badly. And that's going to undo the stress heal that I just did. Yep. Right, at least we got all the health back. Everybody's at full health now. Except every time I say that, it ends up not being true.
Destroyed.
Almost everyone is at full health. Right.
Remind yourself.
And I'm not
that
going through all
overconfidence
of this
is a
to get to
slow
here.
and
We're going to
insidious
just do
killer.
some backtracking. Which means there's going to be hunger, because there's always hunger when we're backtracking. Except this time, apparently. Alright. Sack's contents are mine. All mine! And I managed to forget about the trap. Because I was distracted by the wondrous wealth of 50 gold that we found. Can you believe they still let me be in charge of these? You know, in any ordinary operation, I'd have been fired a long time ago. I guess I have the ultimate
If
job
only
security of
treasure
being
could
the
staunch
only
the
person who's
flow
crazy enough to be willing to do this
Otherworldly
job.
corruption.
Okay, violence and a table. See if I can get rid of the drummer. Of course, doing that with the grave robber is the word that I'm looking for. Doing that with the grave robber relies on the assumption that I can Sniper Shot has only a small chance of one-shotting the wretch, but there's really no benefit to targeting the brawler because it's a near certainty that the bounty hunter will kill him next round. So instead, go to the wretch with judgment.
onslaught.
Destroy them.
And that's at least half of them gone. Right. And Splorch for the old gods. And yeah. I'm not even gonna say anything about that one anymore. I really should have known better.
The offensive.
A little bit of healing, and a little bit of shooting. A lot of bit of shooting.
A faint hope blossoms.
As victories mount,
And let's examine
so
the
too
table.
will resistance.
Let's examine the makeshift dining table, and we get food. And we all know what the swines eat. So, yep, gotta engage in a little more
some
cannibalism
experiments
for fun
should
and
have never
profit.
happened. You are doing just work ending them.
And I get to watch the tiny amount. I'm just skipping it. I'm not gonna sit through that for 4,000 gold. Okay. So nobody is okay. Blosbeville can't gamble anymore. And Warrior of Light is a pretty useless ability. However, the good news is nobody hit Resolve level 3, which means that I can send them on future missions together. Now, that is going to be a problem eventually, but in the short term at least it isn't a problem. Just getting rid of some of the more redundant people. The main goal is to get the other
Once
Vestal trained up
our
so we
estate
have a
was the
reserve
envy of this
Vestal.
land.
Riviere. Spend some time in the brothel, get yourself fixed up. Viewpont. What is the one stress activity you'll accept? Penance. Alright. And Vastal apparently is taking an extra week. That's fine by me, honestly. And now we need some disease treatment. And where's Pennant? It's only 450, but and we made so little money that stress treatment from the previous disaster by itself was enough to kill the dough. And we're out of money again, which means we need to start another mission. However, that, which is almost certainly going to be an antiquarian run, prominently featuring Seguier, or Fairfax, that is going to be for next week. So, enjoy my record with the cannon. The first time I make it to the cannon and we lose somebody. Enjoy my failed attempts to speak in addition to my failed attempts to kill this game's last boss. So the first time we made it to the cannon and we lost everybody. This time I went back, I prepared, I worked out a strategy, and we didn't even make it to the cannon. I swear next week I'm going to somehow accidentally crash the game before I get to the mission start screen. That's just the way things have been going. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time.